What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cheeky TV. It's your boy. I, I wanted to make a quick video because I rewatched the United game, the first half up until the Casemiro red card. I just wanted to see how we were playing right before the red card, how we played with upper man, and I just wanted to see that part of the game because I seen too many things focus on other parts of the game, and it didn't really make sense to me because they're like, oh, United got lucky and stuff like that. It wasn't really luck, honestly. The red card was a red card. It was a good play by us, good movement by Mbomo, great flick by Sesko. It's a red card, right? So how is that luck on us at all, right? And then we really only played up a man for 45 minutes. So was it luck? I doubt it. I don't really see that as luck, honestly, because when we came out in that game, and even in those first 3 minutes before the red card, we looked like we were going to play extremely attacking well. And you see that in the beginning. You got this beautiful cross from Dorgu, who so many people complain about his crossing and everything. He's like a 21-year-old kid. He is going to improve that asset of his game, especially the more that he is asked to do that. It's just going to improve. But there's the willingness to do it. There's enough skill and ability there to do it. And honestly, he's a really good young player for us. So we shouldn't really be complaining about anything, really. That's just, if he's doing what the manager's asking and he's doing the best of what he's doing, and he doesn't say anything about our club or don't bring any negativity to the club, then what are we talking about, really? You know what I mean? What are we even talking about? He's a young player who's going to continue to get better, but he has the work ethic, he has the skill, he has the everything. He's a good young player, man. I really like Dorgu, but he puts a really good ball in. And Mbomo with a header. Thought he should have done a little bit better with that header because it should have really been a goal, but Sanchez saves it. We come right back down. Mazraoui plays a nice pass to Dorgu, and Reece James, honestly, great block because we could have scored a goal within the first 3-4 minutes. And then obviously the thing with Sanchez happens, and I was like, okay, so let's take a look at, I don't know, let's see what happens in the game after that and what decided, because I see so many videos and I just don't understand if people really don't pay attention to things. They just don't care. They hear from somewhere else and just repeat it, because there's a lot of stuff of why didn't Kobe Mainoo play in the second half? I mean, because Casemiro got a red card. I think it's pretty obvious at that point. You can't be up. Everyone knows that a 2-0 lead is the worst in football, right? 2-0 lead is the worst in football, because if the other team scores, they get momentum. Then it's annoying for the team that was up, because now they're on the back foot. We went down to 10 men. We were back to even. We were 10. Both teams had 10 men. With a 2-0 lead, you don't destabilize the middle. You don't put, unfortunately, Kobe, who's not a defensive center midfielder, in. But you could see in the first half, right after the red card, Kobe started stretching on the sideline in the around the 20th minute. You don't have any player stretching or getting ready to come into the game in the first half. That's usually not something that happens. Why would you want a player to warm up and do all this for a whole half? People don't do this. It's just, that's not how football goes. You start warming up and practicing either at halftime, if you're gonna go in at halftime, or you do other things. But he had already started stretching, which tells me that Casemiro was going to come off of him if we had 11 men. If we are up a man, now you can destabilize. Now you don't need necessarily a defensive center, the center defensive mid, because the other team isn't attacking as much. Now you could have Kobe and Bruno play next to each other, and it would benefit you because now there's a little bit more attacking minded players, which would probably increase your lead being up a man, because the other team is gonna like sit back and defend, which Chelsea did do in the first half until we got the red card. So like it made sense to why Kobe didn't come in the second half until he did, but like for like channels to like keep going at Amaranth for this, like I understand that people want to watch Kobe Manu play. I do too, but the truth of the matter is that he has to be like, there's very few games, and the player that plays in his position is Bruno. It just sucks. It sucks for him right now, but like he is gonna get playing time. Like there was playing time in this game for him. If we go to Brentford and we're up 2-0 at half, I think he changes. He puts in Kobe pretty early in that game against Sunderland. Maybe he even starts. Who knows? So like, there's just, you can't blame the manager so early into a season when, yeah, we all want to see this young player, but we're not in a position as a team to be able to just let young players play, because we've already seen what results do to anything, right? Like every single channel, just because of a result. Oh, Amaranth fired. Oh, just blah blah blah. Like, is it over? They changed so quick from what I saw a couple weeks ago, where the culture had changed and all that like stuff, like the positivity and all this. It changed so quick. It's alarming, to be honest. But then you see the Chelsea manager go, like after the red card, you see him get into this very like defensive setup, and the commentators are going, why is this, why is that? It was because Manchester United made him do that. We were playing so good, we were attacking, we were like dominating the game. He felt he had to just like put in defensive players. Like it was what it was. And then obviously we go down to 10 men, and then he changed the way he played. But the reason he did that was because of that. Cole Palmer came out. One, I think he probably was carrying a little bit of a nick, and he was like, why am I even going to play him for an extended amount of time down a man? That's just going to aggravate that injury. But at the same time, I think he was like, they are killing me right now. I need to probably put in somebody that's going to give me a little bit more defensively, more work, like to try to like win the ball back and defend, than Cole Palmer. So it was like a little bit of both. But then you see Cole leaving the field, and he shakes Kobe's like hand as he's leaving. They're friends. I don't find it. I don't care. They're young. Like, grown people want these young kids to be grown already. Like, they're still kids. Like they understand like that there's a rivalry and stuff, but they're friends. Like, they'll have a joke like as they're walking off and stuff. Like, they weren't part of the game at that point. So if you have any issues with that, like, all right, they're friends. They've been friends. It's gonna, like, I don't care, whatever. But he walks off. So Kobe's there in the 20th minute as he's walking off, like stretching already. So like, yeah, you can, if you're gonna start in the second half, you could start stretching and walking around and getting ready to go in the second half. I really believe that. And then Amarim sees Casemiro score, and he's like, okay, Casemiro, we're up to nothing. He's experienced enough. He should be able to not get a second yellow. But then, yeah, that was kind of like all leading up to that, right? And then Casemiro obviously gets the second yellow, and I've gone back and forth with some people on the internet with this, because they're like, oh, well, the ref was wrong, like that wasn't a yellow card, he shouldn't have sent them off, blah blah blah. I don't think it was a yellow. I don't think that the majority of the people that are watching that aren't Chelsea fans, even some Chelsea fans, would probably say it wasn't a yellow. It's not the fact that the action was a yellow. That's not the thing that should be avoided here. The tackle itself, the decision to make the tackle itself, shouldn't have been made. I understand if it's the 88th minute, we're up 2-1, and he's, maybe, okay, fine, get that second yellow and get a red card. But we're up 2-0. If you look at the play that he gets that second yellow card in, Shaw, De Ligt, and Mazraoui are all back behind the ball. And then he's chasing the player. The only other Chelsea player up is João Pedro. So it's literally 2 Chelsea players against 4 Manchester United players. There is no need to put the decision in the referee's hands. There is no need. All he needed to do was just stand him up and hold him up. It was 4 defenders versus 2 attackers. There's no way. And even if they scored, who cares? It's 2-1. You're still up a man going into the second half. Up a man, like, still winning. Who cares if they score, man? Like, the tackle was so idiotic, man. For somebody who's been playing football for so long, it's the fact that you let the referee make a decision. I get it, man. Like, there wasn't much in that. Yeah, he grabs his shoulder a little bit, but he gets the ball. Is it a foul? Sure, you could call a foul, but is it a yellow card? No. So I get it, but you just don't put the referee in that position, man. You just don't give him the chance to make the decision, because then that decision is out of your hands, out of our hands. So, yeah, you just don't do that, and that's why people are upset at Casemiro. I doubt that many people are upset at the fact that they think that it's a yellow card. I doubt that that's the reason. The reason that people are upset is because you don't allow him to make the decision and ruin the game. Because, honestly, we went from a point where we were going to crush Chelsea to a very nervous game, man. Because then it's even, and 2-0 is just the worst lead in football. So yeah, like, it was just not a smart play. It's not a smart play from a player who has way too much experience to make that type of decision and that type of play. I get it. I get where he could be coming from and saying, oh, that's not a yellow, blah. It does not matter. You just don't. Once you have a yellow, you don't allow the referee to make that decision unless it's an absolute must. 88th minute, game's 2-1. They're going, okay, foul him, get the second yellow. But not in that instance where you're up 2-0. The first half hasn't even finished and you're up a man. You're still gonna have a second half up a man, even if they scored. Like, who cares? Like, I just don't understand the thought behind having to win the ball right there, to the point where you put your hand on the guy and give the ref the option. Apart from that, the result and the performance was really good. I don't want to hamper on that. It's just, it's something that just feels like needs to be driven to the point where it doesn't happen again. That's it. It's not, or that, like, you could learn from. That's it. I just want to drive it to the point where it's like, okay, it's stuck in my head. You have a yellow card. Don't let the ref make the decision for you to get a red card. Like, just be smart. That's it. You're up 2-0. You're up a man. Be smart. Continue that. Like, whatever. Let's go. I'm extremely excited about Brentford because, honestly, from now until January, like mid-January, the only team that we play that I'm like nervous of playing is Liverpool, because Villa is not the same team. They've without, like, honestly, they had a couple players there that made them a little different last season, and they're not there anymore. And I just don't get the same kind of feel from Villa as last year or even the year before. Newcastle losing Isak, that's gonna hurt them. I don't care that they got Elanga and all this stuff. Like, they're still gonna be a tough team, but they're not. I'm not afraid of them. Like, without Isak, like, I'm sorry, he's an extremely good player, and it sucks that he's on Liverpool. But then, like, all those, like, teams that like, you were a little nervous to play aren't as, like, nerve-wracking anymore. Like Brentford, like, they lost 2 of their best players, right? Like, we're going, and they don't have Wisa anymore. They don't have, obviously, Mbomo. So they're off to a little slow start. They're like, it's different. They don't even have their manager from last season, right? So it's just different. I'm not as nervous playing these teams. Sunderland's been playing pretty well, but I'm not nervous. So, like, these 2 games, I'm really excited about, because if we could get six points out of this, we go into that Liverpool game with 3 wins in a row. It's Liverpool. I don't expect us to beat Liverpool, But at that point, at least you like go in there with some like level of like a couple more games with Cunha and Buomo and Sesko on the team, 2 more wins, like, you know, people feeling good. You could nick a result there, like a nice little draw, maybe somehow a win, right? Like if you could somehow beat Liverpool at that point, it could catapult the season, because you don't play anybody, like I said, like that you could say is a nervous like team, like a team that's really good, like City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. Like those 4 teams for me right now are a little bit better than all the other teams. I like put Tottenham like right underneath them, to be honest with you, because they do have a good manager and they have a really good like group of players, honestly. So they're like just on the cusp of that. They're not there because their manager just hasn't been there that long. Chelsea's manager's just been there a little bit longer, and they spent a lot of money this summer, so they just got a lot of like of players, and like they have. They're a scary team, Chelsea. So those 4 teams to me are like the best teams in the league right now, with Tottenham like a little bit below them. We don't play any of those teams. Like we do play Tottenham, but like those 4 teams we don't play again until mid-January. So if we somehow get any result, even a draw from Liverpool, and then go on a nice little run after that, we can be in January going up against like really seeing what this team has developed into, at least to that point, right? Because I feel like we'll be pretty solid. We'll look pretty good by the time that we play those teams in January, like in the table, like playing wise, all of that. And then we play, I think it's City and Arsenal again, but like back to back. It's like back to back weekends, one after the other. So like for me, I'm excited for that time. Like I'm excited to watch all these games right now, because I really am excited to watch us play. But I really hope we grow as a team, and then that those two games at that point really show us where we're at. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, subscribe, comment. I really just, even if you don't subscribe, comment. I would like to interact with people. Have a great day. Take care, guys.